Morning students. Today we are going to see the second chapter, that is in chemistry, unit 10, matter around us. So we know what is matter. Any substance we call it as a matter. Matter is everything around us. The air we breathe, the food we eat, the pen we write, stones, plants, animals, a drop of water, a drop of oil, or the grain of sun. So everything we call it as a matter. In 8th standard, you have studied the classification of matter based on their physical states, that is solid, liquid, and gases. But here, in 9th standard, so based on their physical states, we classify the matter into solid, liquid, and gas. But based on their chemical composition, the matter may be classified into pure substances and mixtures. See, all matters, they have the two properties, mainly mass and they occupy space. That means each and every particle, they have a mass and they also occupies a space. The air also occupies space. Then any weight, that is any sand particle or iron rod, they occupy some mass. So matter is nothing but is anything that has mass and occupies space, we call it as a matter. So what is matter? A matter is anything that has mass and occupies space. So not all the things that we see or feel are matter. For example, sunlight, sound, force, and energy, they neither occupy space nor having any mass, but they are not in matter. They are all found in as a space. So substance which is having a mass and occupies a definite space, we call it as a matter. Now here is a flow chart for the classification of matter. So matter is classified into two substances. One is pure substance, second one is impure substance. So what the pure substance is further classified into elements and compounds. What do you mean by element? A substance which cannot be broken into simpler substance. For example, if we take copper rod or copper wire, if we break the copper wire, further it changes into a copper atom only. For example, if you take oxygen gas in a cylinder, from that cylinder, if you take a few ml of gases outside, means that also occupies an oxygen. So the elements which cannot be broken into simpler substances, they are called as elements. Example, copper, oxygen, hydrogen, iron, aluminium, etc. Now comes to what do you mean by compound. A compound, they can be broken down into elements by the chemical reactions. That is water. When water is decomposed, it changes into hydrogen and oxygen. So when any substances which broke down into an element, they are called as compounds. So pure substances are classified into elements and compounds. Now coming to impure substances. What do you mean by impure substance, or otherwise we call it as a mixtures? In mixtures, there are two types. One is homogeneous mixture, other one is heterogeneous mixture. Homo means uniform, that is same. That is uniform composition. For example, if you take water and alcohol. Water and alcohol, they are mixing easily. They will soluble. After mixing the alcohol with the water, means we cannot able to separate by the physical methods into water as well as alcohol. So they are homogeneously, completely or uniformly soluble with the water. So it is an example for homogeneous mixture. But for heterogeneous mixture, if we add a sand to the water, sand does not dissolve in the water. It will settle at the bottom. So it gives two different layers. So non-uniform composition is called as a heterogeneous mixture. Example, sand plus sugar or water plus oil. If you add water and oil into a glass tumbler, so it differentiate into two different layers. That is water layer as well as oil layer. Here it is not a uniform composition. So the non-uniform composition is called as a heterogeneous mixture. So in general, what are the classifications of matter means? It is divided into two substances, pure substance and impure substance. Pure substance is classified into element and compound. Impure substance may be classified into homogeneous and heterogeneous. Now, I am going to explain what do you mean by element. Just I will explain only the example. All substances on earth are made up of certain simple substances called as elements. That means all substance on earth means what are the substances we find on the earth. They are all made up of a simple substance. For example, plants, apples, rocks, car, even our human body, they are all made up of elements. For example, teeth which contains calcium. So calcium is an element. Then for our body also, our blood which contains hemoglobin. In that hemoglobin, iron is present. So iron is an element. So these are the elements which made the substances, which elements are the building block of all material. So those materials which are found on the earth crust, they are all, the main building block is the elements. And also in the periodic table there are totally 118 elements are there. That is including metal, non-metal and semi-metals. All those are, we call it as an elements. Starting from hydrogen, helium, lithium, then beryllium, boron, carbon. So these are the elements which extends up to 118. They are also called as elements. Then who named the element? Robert Boyle. Robert Boyle used the name element for any substance that cannot be broken down further into a simpler substance. So this is the definition for the element. So Robert Boyle only used the name element for any substance that cannot be broken down further into simpler substance. Next we know about what is an atom, what is a molecule. So atom is the smallest unit of an element which may or may not have independent existence. That means an atom is always a simple part, simple unit of an element. They may or may not exist independently. That means some atoms may exist freely. For example, noble gases, that is helium, neon, argon, they always exist free in nature. But some other atoms, they always combined. So they always take part in a chemical reaction. Is called as an atom. Then what do you mean by molecule? The smallest unit of pure substance which always exists independently and can retain physical and chemical property. That means it is also a pure substance but exists independently. That means exist independently means if carbon dioxide gas, they can exist free in nature, like oxygen molecule, water molecule, sugar molecule, sucrose molecule, so sodium chloride molecule. So these are all that is molecules. They can exist independently, but atom cannot exist independently. So, and also they retain their physical and chemical properties. Next, I am going to explain about elements. That is classification of elements. Elements may be classified into three types. One is metal, other one is non-metal, and the third one is metalloid. Metal, we know copper, chromium, gold, mercury, iron, zinc, etc. Non-metal means carbon, oxygen, neon, chlorine, then phosphorus, nitrogen. These are all examples for non-metals. We know metals and non-metals. Metals having a shining property, sonorous in nature, that is it producing sound. It is a good conductor of heat and electricity, and it's a ductile. That means we can make them into sheets or rods. So those property cannot seen in the non-metals. But metalloid means which is having the property of both metals as well as non-metals. Example, boron, silicon, germanium, arsenic, etc. Next I am going to explain about compounds. Define compound. When two or more elements combine chemically to form a new substance, the new substance we call it as a compound. When two or more element means, for example, if we take glucose, C6H12O6, or sucrose, here cane sugar is otherwise called as sucrose, C12H22O11. So here three elements are there, carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. When two or more elements combine chemically to form a new substance, the new substance we call it as a compound. So example for compound is sucrose, glucose, water, carbon dioxide, ozone, sodium chloride. So these many examples are there. What do you mean by compound? When two or more elements combine to form a new substance called as compounds. Next, I am going to explain about difference between element and compound. It's an important question. Differentiate element and compound. The element is made up of only one kind of atom. We know it is the smallest unit. So only one atom is present in the element. But in compound, two or more elements can combine. Two, that is, a compound is made up of more than one kind of atom. Not only a single element, more than two atoms or two elements. Then second point, the smallest particle that retains all its properties of the atom. That means if we take copper rod, if we cut one end, and we have to check its physical and chemical property. The other end also the same physical and chemical property. That means the smallest particle that retain all its properties is the atom. Here the smallest particle that retains all its properties in the molecule. Here also it retains its Here it retains the atom, here it retains the molecule. Then element cannot be broken into simpler substance. And further if we breaking means it again gives an element only. So elements cannot be broken down into simpler substances. But compound can be broken down into elements by the chemical methods. Chemical methods means by heating, then by electrolysis, by passing the temperature, by passing the light, etc. So they can be broken down into elements by chemical methods. So far we discussed about the elements and the compounds and their examples with the differences. Now I am going to explain about mixtures. What is a mixture? A mixture is an impure substance. For example, air is a mixture, isn't it? Because air which contains many gases, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, then that is water vapor, then carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide. So many gases they are mixing, we call it as a air. So air is a mixture. It is an impure substance. It contains two or more kind of elements or compounds or both physically mixed together in any ratio. That means two or more kind of elements or compounds. For example, air is a mixture of nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, etc. And also soil is a mixture. Soil. That is, soil is nothing but it is a mixture of clay, sand and various salts. Milk, ice cream, rock salt, tea, smoke, wood. These are also example for mixtures. Then alloy. Alloys are also the mixtures of metals. Alloy means we know when two or more metal when combined together. For example, gold. If we take gold, it not only a pure gold is nothing but it is a mixture of gold as well as copper. So it is a mixture. And also LPG gas. LPG is nothing but liquefied petroleum gas. It is a highly inflammable hydrocarbon gas. It contains mixture of butane and propane. So not only a butane, it contains butane, propane gases. So LPG gas liquefied through pressurization is used for heating, cooking and auto fuel, etc. So LPG gas is also a mixture. So mixture is nothing but two or more kinds of elements or compounds are both physically mixed together in any ratio. Next, I am going to explain about the difference between mixtures and compounds. It's an important question. Mixture, compound. It contains two or more substances, but compound is a single substance. Second point, the constituent may be present in any proportion. That means, any proportion means, for example, if we take a eating mixture, we cannot arrange that is added in a particular ratio. Randomly we are using the groundnut or green leaves or then omopodi. So like that. So the constituents may be present in any proportion. But the constituents are present in the definite proportion. They show, next third point, they show the properties of their constituent. Here compound, they do not show the properties of the constituent elements. Fourth point, the components may be separated easily by physical methods. Here they only separated one or more chemical reactions. So mixture example is air, tea, blood, etc. In compound example is water, glucose, sucrose, etc. So far children, we discussed about what is matter, what is an element, what are atoms and molecules, and what is the difference between element and compound, and the difference between mixture and compound. In next video, we will see about the classification of mixtures. Thank you, children.